Have you ever stared at yourself in the mirror late at night and thought, what happened to me? When did I stop feeling alive? You're not lazy, you're not broken. You've just been buried under habits that drain your energy and strip away your joy. The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, lived in times far harsher than ours. Wars, exile, endless responsibilities. And yet, they discovered a secret most of us forget. True self-care isn't luxury retreats, expensive products, or hours of free time. It's small, it's simple, and it's repeatable even on your hardest days. Think about this. Marcus Aurelius wasn't sitting in a spa when he wrote his reflections. He was leading an empire during war. Seneca wasn't writing about calm while on vacation, he wrote in exile. Epictetus wasn't teaching from comfort, he was born a slave. If they could find peace through tiny daily practices, so can we. And here's the part most people miss. You don't reinvent yourself with one giant leap. You reinvent yourself with micro habits, tiny rituals that take less than 5 minutes. But when repeated every day, reshape who you are quietly, steadily, powerfully. 6 months from now, people will look at you and ask, what changed? And you'll know it wasn't luck. It wasn't some overnight miracle. It was 5 simple Stoic self-care rituals that transformed you from the inside out. Let me show you exactly what they are. Habit 1, the 2-minute thought sweep. When you wake up, your mind doesn't start clean. It's already crowded. Yesterday's worries, tomorrow's fears, strange dreams you barely remember. And before your feet even touch the floor, your brain is already loud. Most people make it worse. The very first thing they do is grab their phone, scroll, check messages, flood their mind with other people's voices. And by the time they've brushed their teeth, their inner calm is gone. But here's the truth. You don't have to start your day in chaos. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. That's why the first Stoic micro-habit is something I call the 2-minute thought sweep. Here's how it works. The moment you wake up, before the phone, before the noise, just sit up in bed. Close your eyes, or simply look down. Set a timer for 2 minutes, and then just watch your thoughts, like clouds moving across the sky. Don't chase them, don't fight them, don't judge them. Simply notice. There's my worry about work. There's my memory of yesterday's mistake. There's my excitement for tonight. Clouds, passing, nothing more. Why does this matter? Because when you practice separating yourself from your thoughts, you create space. And in that space, you regain control. Epictetus said, "We are disturbed not by events, but by the view we take of them." This habit trains you to see the difference between what happens and how you choose to respond. And here's the best part. You don't need silence. You don't need to empty your mind. You just need awareness. Within a week, you'll start to notice patterns. Oh, I always wake up anxious on Mondays. I always replay arguments in the morning. This isn't failure. This is data. Your mind is showing you where the work begins. By week 2, something remarkable happens. A stressful moment later in the day arises, and suddenly you pause. You remember, this is just another cloud. You stop reacting blindly. You start choosing your state. The impact? Your conversations improve because you're not carrying mental clutter into every word. Your focus sharpens because you begin your day with clarity instead of chaos. Your self-respect grows because you're meeting your mind with kindness, not judgment. And the beauty of it? You can do it anywhere. In bed, in the car, on a lunch break. 2 minutes, clouds passing, nothing more. That's the power of the 2-minute thought sweep. A simple ritual that costs nothing, takes almost no time, but sets the tone for every choice that follows. Say it with me now. I greet my thoughts with calm, not fear. Type it below to lock it in. Habit 2, the hidden gratitude hunt. We've all heard it before. Be grateful. But let's be honest, most gratitude practices get boring fast. you write down the same 3 things. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my home. It matters, yes. But after a few days, it feels empty. Your brain checks out. Your heart doesn't feel it anymore. The Stoics taught something different. They believed that gratitude is not about repeating the obvious. It's about training your eyes to see what you usually overlook. That's why the second Stoic self-care micro-habit is something I call the hidden gratitude hunt. Here's how it works. Once a day, pause. Doesn't matter when, morning, lunch, night. Look back at your day. Find one small moment you normally wouldn't notice. It can't be something big or expected. It must be something hidden. Maybe the way your coffee came out perfectly without you even asking. Maybe a stranger smiled at you. Maybe you found your keys right away. Maybe the sunset hit your window just right. Now here's the important part. Don't stop at naming it. Dig deeper. Ask, why did this moment stand out? Who or what made it possible? That cup of coffee? Somewhere, a farmer planted the beans. Someone roasted them. Someone packed them. Someone delivered them. And in a chain of unseen hands, it reached you. What looks small is actually massive. And here's what happens when you do this daily. Your brain rewires itself. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity. Your mind forms new pathways. Instead of scanning for problems, you start scanning for blessings. Your default setting shifts from lack to abundance. At first, you'll have to hunt for these moments. But give it 2 weeks and they'll start hunting you. You'll suddenly notice the breeze on your skin, the way someone held the door, the warmth of your blanket. Life starts glowing in places you never thought to look. And it doesn't just stay inside you. When you see hidden kindness, you naturally start offering it. You smile more. You listen better. You show patience when others snap, because your eyes are trained to spot value, not faults. This is what Seneca meant when he said, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." Gratitude doesn't make life perfect. It makes life enough. And from that enoughness, you find peace. So here's your ritual. Every day, find one overlooked gem. Uncover it, name it, appreciate it. Then type it below to train your mind to see even more. Say it with me. I am a treasure hunter in my own life. Habit 3, the energy check-in. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you asked yourself, am I being charged right now or drained? Most people never stop to check. They just push through the day on autopilot until they crash. Exhausted, overwhelmed, burned out. The Stoics saw energy differently. They knew time, attention, and vitality were sacred. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." In other words, stop wasting what is precious. That's why the third Stoic micro-habit is called the energy check-in. Here's how it works. Once a day, pause. Set a random alarm or link it to something you already do, like opening the fridge, washing your hands, or ending a call. In that moment, ask yourself, right now, is this charging me or draining me? Don't overthink it. Listen to your body first. Are your shoulders tight? Is your jaw clenched? Is your breathing shallow? Or do you feel light, open, steady? Your body tells the truth faster than your thoughts do. If you feel charged, keep going. If you feel drained, you have 3 choices. Change the situation. Close the app. Step outside. Shift the environment. Change your engagement. Adjust your posture. Breathe. Bring presence back. Step away completely. Say no. Walk away. End it. Most people never do this. They wait until they're already empty to notice their leaks. But by then, it's too late. This one question, charged or drained, is like a compass. It keeps you aligned with what restores you instead of what destroys you. And over time, you'll develop what I call energy intuition. You'll sense a drain before it even happens. You'll catch yourself before saying yes to something that will leave you empty. You'll learn who lifts you up and who pulls you down. Epictetus taught that wealth is not about adding more, but wanting less. The same is true with energy. You don't need endless stamina. You just need to stop bleeding yourself dry. Do this for 30 days, and here's what happens. You stop feeling scattered. You stop overcommitting. You stop living on fumes. Instead, you show up present, steady, alive, because you protected the most valuable resource you have. And that kind of presence is magnetic. People will notice it, not because you're always up, but because you're not running on empty anymore. So let's make this real right now. Type it below to seal the commitment. I protect my energy like treasure. Habit 4. The kind breath. If you spoke to your best friend the way you speak to yourself, would they still be your friend? For most of us, the harshest voice in our life isn't our boss, our parents, or even strangers online. It's our own, that constant whisper. You're not enough. You messed up again. You should have done better. The Stoics understood this problem. They said pain hits us twice. First, from the event itself. Second, from the way we judge ourselves afterward. Spill your coffee? That's the first arrow. Call yourself clumsy, stupid, or useless. That's the second arrow, the one you fired at yourself. And here's the truth. Most of us live in the second arrow every single day. That's why the fourth Stoic self-care micro-habit is called the kind breath. Here's how it works. The moment you catch your inner critic attacking you, pause. Take one slow, deep breath. As you breathe, repeat silently. I'm doing the best I can with what I know today. That's it. One breath, one phrase. But the ripple is enormous. Here's what happens. Your body shifts out of stress mode. Your nervous system calms. Your brain releases oxytocin, the same chemical connected with trust, love, and safety. And suddenly, the voice that once tore you down loses its grip. You realize you don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You just need to be patient with yourself. This isn't about pretending mistakes don't matter. It's about seeing mistakes for what they are. Part of being human. Think about it when a child learns to walk. They stumble 1,000 times. No one calls them a failure. No one shames them. They just keep trying until balance comes. Why should it be any different for you? Do this for 2 weeks, and you'll notice something shift. Your inner voice softens. It pauses before it attacks. It starts asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of, how could I be so stupid? And when you stop being your own harshest judge, something beautiful happens. You stop judging others so quickly too. Your relationships deepen. People feel safer around you, not because you're perfect, but because you radiate acceptance. This is what true strength looks like. Not crushing yourself with discipline, but standing firm in gentleness. Not attacking your flaws, but growing patiently through them. So here's your practice. Every time the inner critic shows up, meet it with one breath of kindness. Turn the attack into an invitation. Turn the harshness into care, because when you stop fighting yourself, you free up all that energy to actually live, create, and love. Say it now. Whisper it. Type it below. I speak to myself with the kindness I deserve. Habit 5. The nightly win list. Be honest, how do you usually end your day? Most people close their eyes at night thinking about everything they didn't finish. The emails unanswered, the chores undone, the words they should have said, and so they drift into sleep carrying guilt, pressure, and shame. No wonder they wake up already tired. The Stoics practiced something different. They called it the evening review. But it wasn't about punishment. It wasn't about beating themselves up. It was about seeing clearly, honoring progress, learning gently. That's why the fifth Stoic self-care micro-habit is what I call the nightly win list. Here's how it works. Right before sleep, pause. Look back on your day and name 3 small wins. Not the big, obvious things. The quiet ones. Maybe you drank water instead of soda. Maybe you listened to someone fully instead of cutting them off. Maybe you chose patience instead of snapping. Maybe you made your bed, sent a kind text, or simply showed up even when you didn't feel like it. These don't seem like much, but they are proof. Proof that you did show up. Proof that you did take small steps. Proof that you're moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. And here's the magic. When you record small wins, your brain starts to crave more of them. Psychologists call this the momentum of completion. Every time you honor a tiny step, you build confidence to take the next one. Instead of ending your day with pressure, you end it with pride. Instead of waking up heavy, you wake up lighter, ready to continue. Do this for 30 days, and you'll notice you fall asleep more peacefully. You wake up more energized. You carry less guilt and more quiet confidence. And soon, you'll notice it spilling over into your relationships. Because once you get used to spotting your own quiet wins, you'll start spotting them in others too. You'll point out what your friend got right instead of what they missed. You'll notice effort instead of flaws. And people will feel seen, deeply seen. That's the power of this practice. It teaches you. You are enough. You do enough. You accomplish enough every single day. So tonight, when your head hits the pillow, don't replay what went wrong. Replay what went right, and lock it in by saying out loud or typing it below. I celebrate the progress I make every single day. Here's the truth most people miss. Reinvention doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from tiny daily rituals stacked on top of each other, day after day. Think about what you've just learned. A 2-minute thought sweep to clear your mornings. A hidden gratitude hunt to light up your day. An energy check-in to guard your strength. A kind breath to silence the critic inside you. A nightly win list to end every day lighter than it began. None of these take more than a few minutes, but together, they are life-changing. Because these habits don't just add things into your routine, they strip away what never belonged. They peel off the noise, the judgment, the exhaustion, until what's left is you. The real you, the one that's been waiting underneath all along. And here's what will happen if you stay consistent. In 30 days, you'll notice calm where there used to be chaos. In 60 days, your energy and confidence will feel unshakable. In 6 months, you'll look back at your reflection and barely recognize yourself. Not because you became someone else, but because you finally uncovered the version of yourself you were always meant to be. That's the Stoic way. Transformation through simplicity, strength through repetition, peace through presence. So let's make this real right now. If these micro habits resonated with you, don't just watch and scroll away. Lock in your decision. Type it below. I reinvent myself one day at a time. Then tap the like button so this message spreads. Share it with someone who's been carrying too much weight alone. And subscribe if you want Stoic wisdom you can actually apply in your daily life. Remember this, you're not broken. You don't need fixing. You're simply tuning yourself like a guitar that's been slightly out of key. Still beautiful, still whole, just waiting to be brought back in tune. Your future self is watching, and it's built by the choice you make right now to start tiny, to start today.